At 50, blew my life up big time. It was like taking a live hand grenade and stick it in your jockstrap and boom. I stole money, got stuck in federal prison. Same thing if you balance it out. Blew my life up at 50, had to start over at 61, 10 years being gone and coming back. And you talk about a culture shock. I go into a place in prison where no one cares about your resume. You can't come back and start at the top unless you're a politician, which I wasn't. So you get sent away all that time and you come back after taking all your social skills classes from people like named Spider and jaundiced Jimmy Wheeler. And you come back to a world that's changed so much that some of the buildings are gone, some buildings are built up, some of the people are gone. Everyone else has changed. Well, what didn't change was me. I looked exactly the same. I made that part up. I lost everything. Lost money, lost prestige, lost friends, lost a wife, lost a house, lost a car, lost my wallet, lost everything. Lose, 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 lose. I think you get the trend there. But now I have to win. I came back from prison, couldn't get a job, couldn't get a bank account, couldn't get a credit card, couldn't get a car, had to find a place to live. A lot of problems to solve on the way to making a comeback, I would say. Wouldn't you? I would. Started out by finding a job. It took a while. No one really wanted me because I was older, not really old. Yeah, older. And I was a felon. Yep. No question there. There's no, you're a felon. I mean, there's no like, I'm not that old of a felon. Now you're a felon. So getting a job was tough. Finally got a job. An old girlfriend of mine from high school, I ran into, took pity of me. She knew a guy at a pizza place and he gave me a job, $8 an hour. Wasn't delivering pizzas. I was washing pans. And I got the extra pizza, whatever we had left at the end of the night, nobody wanted. So I gained a little weight, got a job, $8 an hour, found me a place to live, which was kind of a cross between the Haney place and the Munsters. You remember those places? Yeah. Wasn't quite that nice, but pretty close between those two. So I had a place to live. Next thing I needed some wheels, transportation. And so I went from bank to credit union to credit union to bank to bank to credit union. I even went to some of those places that'll give you car loans on the spot, right? We'll finance your car right here. They didn't even want me. Finally found a little bitty credit union out of town, told them my whole story, walked in, sat down like I did with everyone, told my whole story. And the lady there says, you know what? We'll take a chance on this. Let's go ahead and do this. And they helped me get a loan for my first car. And I will forever bank at that credit union. If by some fluke I make $1 million, it's going to that credit union. No one else to do it. Since then, I've kind of reestablished myself a little bit, which we'll talk about. Other places, hey, you can come here. We'll give you a savings account. Hey, we'll give you a check. Man, hell with you. I ain't got time for that. You didn't want to talk to me before. Don't give people a chance. I ain't dealing with you. When you come out, you got to become a fresh person. You got to change yourself. When I went to prison, I had to change myself to someone I never thought I would be just to survive. Not the kind of person you'd invite over for Sunday dinner, but survivable things in prison. And when you come back, you've got to adjust to the culture shock you're stuck in. I'm working at a pizza place with a bunch of 16-year-olds. You know, their biggest worry in life seemed to be if the Wi-Fi was working. And, you know, and hell, I left, we were still using vending machines. But I went from the pizza place. I left there and went to a small grocery store. And from the grocery store, I went to work at the hospital, which you've seen other videos. I worked at the hospital. I ended up being a valet at the hospital. It was during that time I was a valet at the hospital that I made my decision to pull the plug altogether, go no job. Once I started getting my Social Security, which isn't a lot, but the thing is, I decided I wanted to go off my own because every day is one step closer to the grave. Or getting blown up and put in one of those little urns or whatever, and they fly over the Mississippi and dump you in the water, you know. I haven't decided which one I want to do yet. I think I'm just going to go ahead and hang around for a number of years till I decide how I want to be put away in the very end. But the point of that is, I didn't want to spend my last days, months, weeks, years working for someone else with some people I didn't really want to work with. We had nothing in common. Working for some people I didn't have very much respect for because of the way they treated people. And so every day I felt like I was wasting it. It was another form of prison. If you've been in prison, you know what? You know what I'm talking about. If you haven't been, there's no way to explain it to you. That's the thing with prison. If you've ever been to prison, no words are necessary. And if you've never been to prison, no words are adequate. And that's the truth. But coming out, working for someone in a place that you don't want to be, spending your days there or your nights there, your afternoons there, that's another prison. Finding a way to get away from that's what I had to do. So to supplement my Social Security, I started finding some gigs. I'm walking dogs. I clean up some dog poop in some yards. I do things like that. But have helped me start over again, and I'm controlling that time. I'm not going to have someone else make my decision about where I'm going to be. You know, to me, the fear of not having everything is non existent. The fear of not having time is everything. You know, when you're young and you're losing days in your teens and 20s and 30s, you don't count them because you don't care because life goes on forever. Ho, 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 ho. You get in your 50s and 60s, 70s or 80s, it changes. And you become a coot, codger, duffer, or raisin, which is my 4 categories of aging, and I'm a coot right now, heading to be a codger at some point, probably not too far away. You count those days. You know it's coming pretty soon. You see it. You start to lose friends. A lot of people in my high school class aren't even around anymore. So those days are numbered. The odds go against you. So stop it and start moving ahead. Take that time to figure out what you can do to make your life just a little bit better. Maybe you don't want to quit all at once. Don't quit all at once. I walked away from everything. I mean, I had to do it the first time because I was in prison. They made me walk away from everything. This time, I made me walk away from everything. And it worked out. It's working out. Do I have everything I want as far as physical things? No. But I'm not even sure what the hell it even is. I have my freedom. I'm going to be working, going to work today. I got some things to do. Do my gigs. They're going to pay me. But I've decided the time on that. I decide the ones I'm going to do. I decided how to have my happiness net. Later on today, I'm going to have a long phone call with my granddaughter out of state. We're going to talk about her new baby. I'm saving enough money. Hopefully, I'm able to go out there in August this year. I could have done that with a job, but misery would have led to the money. I don't want misery to lead to the money to go out there. I want my happiness to lead to the money to make the trip to go. That's really what it is. And in order to do this, there's no big secret other than I will tell you this. You need to control your day. Every day you need to control your day. Don't grab the phone first thing in the morning and look at the news, the bitch and the piss and the moan and all that stuff. Don't let that control your day. If you do anything in the morning, look out the window. Cloudy or rain, don't make a difference. You're still able to look out that window. Do something that makes you happy. And you will find your way to supplement that income in a way you want to go forward. You might think I'm crazy. Maybe I am, but I think it's pretty good crazy, and I can live with it. Remember, don't let the mood control you. You control the mood. You control the day. This is Jack. I'm the over 60 underdog. Come back again.